All right, my lovely YouTubers, I know that you're live. What I'm curious about is if Facebook is live. StreamYard's giving me a chance to kick the tires and test out what's going on. So I'm going to see if we're streaming to. We are. Apparently, it's on my. There it is. Facebook is live. StreamYard's giving me a chance to kick the tires and test out what's going on. So I'm going to see if we're streaming. So StreamYard is definitely an upgrade from Google Hangouts. I'm kind of glad that Google Hangouts went away, because I'm really digging this, and someone I know who digs it just as much as I do is Chuck, because he's liking all this stuff. And Chuck's our person to play the game this week. So,
what's up, gang? I've been on StreamYard for a bunch of different shows. I really enjoy this one a lot. It's got a lot of things to play with. So yeah, I like this one.
Yeah, and I really think it's an upgrade. Nothing against OBS. I really do like OBS, but this feels like it takes OBS to the next level.
Yeah, I never did anything with OBS, to be honest.
Well, you've been on the programs with OBS. You've just never gotten to see what you.
Yeah, I didn't know what it could do. Yeah.
So yeah, let's get down to it, Chuck. All right, so everyone who doesn't know what this show is, this is where we look at Kickstarter videos, and Chuck gets to decide when they stop by merely saying stop, or he says, I've had enough, or raises his hand. And here we are. I don't know why we're starting with mine. We're a little off. There we go. And here's who wants to play. Here we go. We'll go this way. We'll actually read this, because people have been asking me what this is. What is Kickstarter Pause? Well, it's when a guest sits down to watch all of the crowdfunding videos that we are advocating for and hits pause on the video when their interest is lost in the video. This is a fun way to teach creators about attention spans and what. Ooh, I just lost where I was reading. And what works and does not work on their videos. Want to be a guest? Comment below. So I think this has been a cool thing. So far, we've gotten some good feedback from this. A few people, I think, were a little emotionally hurt, but it's just honesty. Yeah, there were a few people. No one's gotten really, really hurt, but a couple people were like, well, you know, it felt like you were picking on me just a little bit. And I said, well, what did we say that was wrong? And crickets.
Yeah.
You know, and that's just the truth, guys. Look, man, I'm nervous when my video plays. There's always going to be a nervousness because you never know what someone's going to think of what you did. But I'm always open to it. And that's the thing. I have some pretty loudmouthed, opinionated friends, and I wouldn't change them for the world. Because it doesn't matter if we agree all the time. They make me see things in a way that I don't normally see it. And that's the point of this show.
And the thing is that most of us who are on here are also creators. We know our videos are probably going to be shown. Like at some point, the Belial video is going to be shown and somebody's going to want to gong it. And cool, you either decide you're going to learn from that or not. And sometimes you agree with them and sometimes you don't, but you got to be open to the experience. I really like this show and the idea of it. And honestly, I kind of play it at home. Like I was watching a Kickstarter video the other day and just went, gong, no. Like, you don't have me, and I really wanted you to.
Yeah, and it's funny. I mean, like, when we came up with this, for those who don't know, it was really me and Chuck who came up with this whole format when we were bored one day doing the ICR, which used to be the bigger program, and there were just too many videos. We were like, oh, how are we going to get through all these? And I was like, Chuck, you want to play the gong? And he's like, what? He's like, the gong, you remember that? He's like, yeah, how do we do it? I'm like, I don't know, let's figure it out. And from just us messing around came a really good idea that's really taken root in the comics. So I'm pretty excited about this.
Yeah.
You ready to get to it, Chuck?
I am. I'm ready to go.
But before we do, real quick, Chuck, tell them how they can follow you and what you got going on, because you're the guest.
Ooh, okay, absolutely. Well, you know what? I do reviews, indie comic reviews for our own indie advocates. So you can check me out either here or at my YouTube channel, Chuck's Raw Reviews. You can find me on YouTube, you can find me on Twitter at ChuckyPin. You can find Chuck Pino, Pineau, on Facebook, and you can find my own little projects, Essence House, Belial, and Bonfire Press, all on Facebook groups.
All right, Chuck. Well, we're going to get into it right now. We're going to set up our screen for that. We're going to take down the banner so you guys can see our other cool banner. That's right. This is Kickstarter Pause, brought to you by the Indie Advocates Network. And first up is Aaron. I don't know how to say his last name. Do you know how to get that? That. Whatever Chuck just said, I'm with. So this is our first one on the chopping block. Today, let's see how they did. This is Book of Laxia. Sounds like a laxative. Number 3. Oh, I hate this preview screen. This preview screen, my ADHD bothers me so much because I don't know if it's playing. It messes with me.
I know, right? It does. It is long. Like, you can gong it now.
I don't know.
If it's playing, then I'd gong it.
I don't know. Okay, here we go. I really didn't know. I really expect like Alanis Morissette to come out right now.
War has come to Nexus. It wasn't always like this. They said there used to be peace between the families. But they say power begets power. And for eons, all the families wanted to be on the throne of Titan. They tried to kill my brother. They tried to kill me. And I forgave them. Wars are fought over power. Out of prejudice, out of fear, out of love. What does it take to stop wars once and for all? What needs to be sacrificed? Who's willing to do that? My name is Deimos Laxia. There will be peace.
I gotta say, I like this one.
Really? This is the last time it's on the show, so we'll give it a little extra time. I've never liked it. First, the beginning, the music sounds like I'm about to have Alanis Morissette music come out. I'm waiting for a girl video to start where she's in the field and she's touching the grass. And then it never tells me about the story. I really don't know what the story is at all by this preview.
It tells you a little bit. And the thing is, so here's the thing. I like it in that it kept me engaged to want to watch the whole thing. Did it sell me on the book? No. But it did make me watch the whole video.
Okay. What about that horrible ending, though? That always throws me.
What, the talking guy?
No, the animation, the weird animation at the end.
Yeah, no, that one was a little cringy. But it made me watch the whole video. I would say it was maybe a little slow. Like, we can understand what you're saying. You don't have to, it doesn't have to be that slow necessarily. Also, I personally love the personal aspect of Kickstarter. So I love when the creator comes and tells me why it's important. So I would like to see more of that. But it was it made me watch the whole video. I'm not sold on the book, but it made me watch the whole video.
And that's important. I mean, there's no they did a good job. Obviously, it's not a low quality video except for that ending.
Yeah.
That ending's a car crash in the beginning. Oh my God, I do not need to know it's a preview. I press play.
I like the cuteness of it. Like, I was like, oh, that's cute, but I can see how the not knowing if it's playing or not thing would be really annoying. I do get that.
Oh my goodness. I'm happy to see this video go just for that reason.
Oh, poor Aaron.
Oh, he funded. Hey, Aaron's got a backer who gave him $1,800 in one day, so Aaron's got better friends than I do, apparently.
Dude, I need that backer. Hit me up. My name's Chuck, and I will do a lot of stupid things for $1,800.
That's what I'm saying. like, Aaron, share your friends, man. I thought we were friends.
Well, you know what? Now I feel bad for talking shit about the video. Like, it's the best video ever. Where's that backer?
That's what we had that one video a few weeks ago, or I think it's still in the rotation. No, they just got kicked out. It was the naughty one, and they made like $37,000 on a $3,000 goal. And I was like, I don't know shit. They know better. Go watch everything they're doing. I'm not making $37,000. Yeah. Someone who makes a lot of money is Black Widow. We're going to take a quick look at Black Widow right now.
White Widow?
I'm sorry, White Widow. Sorry. By Black Widow because I'm going to see the movie. I'm excited about that movie, actually.
It comes out for my birthday.
Oh,
Yeah.
$35,000. I'm doing something wrong, Chuck. I just might as well pack up my bags and go home.
No, these guys have been around for a long time.
Hmm. And Benny, I know Benny. Benny's awesome. Benny's
Yeah,
good.
and they've got some big people in their stables, man.
And look at some of that art, man. This guy, this guy is the definition of having a lot of alt covers, but every one of them is fan-freaking-tastic.
Yeah, he's got Tyler Kirkham and all these other like big names. Like, yeah, I get it, dude.
Jamie Tyndale.
Yep.
He does the interiors as well. Just look at that, man. That's some super sexy art. See, this is not, to me, this isn't cheesecake because it's well done art.
Yeah. No, I wouldn't call that cheesecake.
I mean, it's sexual, but I have no problem with sexuality. I'm not a prude like everyone else. I think that's his wife, Benny's wife, actually. She's a good person. Cool peoples. Look at all those cosplayers dressing as their character already. How cool is that?
It's badass, man.
All right. And Benny's a friend. Since this is one which the last week of a particular Kickstarter, we try to give him a little extra love. So you guys are noticing us look at things a little bit more. So that's why you notice us pausing a little bit. Here we go. The Kickstarter that gets reported more than any other Kickstarter in the entire world. My Kickstarter.
Wait. Why didn't we watch his video?
There is none.
Oh.
That's why we went to the actual page to give him some love.
Oh, well, gong on him.
No, too late. You should have gone while we were perving out on those pictures.
I know, right? Well, but you know what? That's honestly, I think that's a bad call. I don't know why they wouldn't have something.
They made $32,000. You think they'll make more with the video? Like, I'm actually.
Maybe.
Do you think the video would have invited more people?
I'll tell you, in all honesty, I've spoken to him, and I'm not sold on the book.
Well, thank you for being on the show today, Chuck. We'll continue without you.
Fair enough.
No, I mean, that's fair. I mean, all honesty, we're not supposed to support each other's books blindly. There's no one in here that we blindly support.
Well, and you know what? He's proven he doesn't need my support.
No.
So
doesn't need anyone's support.
And I definitely wouldn't talk bad about it. It obviously there's some quality and all that kind of stuff, but to me, every time I see it, I just think it's another Spider book. Like, and he tried to kind of sell me on it, and I was like, I'm not here. Basically, what I'm hearing is you got to read it to see the difference, and I'm like, that doesn't sell me.
Sure.
Buy the book to tell that it's better. Well, no, like, sell me, and I'm not sold. So
don't tell anyone this, Chuck. Okay, just as between me and you. Don't tell anyone else. I kind of agree with you. Like, I'm not into the Spider books. I love the art. I get the PDFs to read the story because Benny's a friend. I always try to support my friends with getting PDFs. There are a couple covers I might collect because I think the art is beautiful.
Yeah.
The story, from what I've read, it's a good story. Don't get me wrong, but I was never into Spider-Man. Like, some of these things, like you said, it almost feels too much like Spider-Man and what we've seen. And I like Venom. Like, I was always more of a Venom fan, or Spider-Man with Venom, or Carnage. I thought those stories were more interesting. So there is that aspect in his book that I do find interesting. But I get what you're saying. I don't want you to feel like I don't. I do hear you.
No, I mean, honestly, it's okay if you don't agree with me.
No, but I'm saying you're not alone.
Yeah.
I teased you a little bit. I wanted to make sure you knew that, honestly.
Oh, yeah, no, that's cool.
I kind of agree. I kind of see what you're saying. So, all right, let's move on to this Kickstarter that gets reported constantly.
Good luck, douche.
It's the adult tales you grew up to read with an adult survey. The dog liked it.
He did.
Today for you guys, I got something a little different. For those who are fans of Barbara Unleashed, you know that we want to have an educational aspect to everything we do. We wanted to take it one step further and try something out for this. So it's called the BDSM survey. This is a preview print copy that we had made to show off, and we've been able to give some people this on the road to get some feedback, and people have loved it. But when I say it's a BDSM survey, people have gotten very like, what could that mean? What is that? I found that the minute people opened it and flipped through it, they started to understand that this was going to be about them. This was going to
If
be
it wasn't yours, I would gong it here.
who they are. Figure. Sorry, what?
If it wasn't yours, I would gong it here.
And gong it.
The thing is that so far it, you know, obviously it is the BDSM survey and all that kind of stuff. But if I'm not into BDSM,
oh, this is a niche book though. There's
no,
no
I
way
know, I
around
know.
it.
That's why I'm saying, as someone who's not necessarily into BDSM, if this showed up, I'd be like, okay, well, thanks anyways, and I'd walk away.
And I appreciate that because that's honesty. And this book, you know, as being the editor of it, was not designed for every person.
Well, but you know what? As someone who has read that, maybe even more than you, it's actually really interesting. You know, like I'm not gonna check off a lot of boxes in there, but it was really interesting to kind of get the idea of why it's important and sort of get into that headspace. I found it educational. So I feel like there is maybe a way to get people who this isn't their thing to watch it, but I don't think that was it.
And Richard Boom said that Jamie only does a few of the interior pages. I didn't know that about White Widow. I thought Jamie was the entire insides. We got a crazy dog. But yeah, for this Kickstarter, I didn't even know how to do this because, I mean, and it's been pointed out, and me and you've talked about this, this really isn't a comic book.
Yeah.
It's real. And I think me and you came up with, we thought this was better as a workbook, more so.
Yeah, I would almost call it a booklet, so to speak. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely, again, if you're into sexuality in any way where you find the topic interesting and you like self-exploration, this is definitely, I would say, as the creator of the book, something that is up your alley, as they say. However, I do stress that it's not meant for everyone. This is why you guys haven't seen me really blowing it out of the park, and I haven't been stressing it on my social media. And also the fact that this gets reported more than anything else. No matter what I do, this gets reported. And I made a mistake, and I'll own it. I put in the bar, the actual URL, it says BDSM survey. So I beat myself up. I put a word that is toxic for online use.
That sucks. I hate that so much.
Yeah. Did you hear what's going on with Kickstarter, by the way, on social media?
No.
The newer Kickstarters, the preview image isn't showing up. Let me see if we can see this live on this, actually. Oops. No reading comments that aren't yours, guys. So apparently, like, watch this. So here, let me see. All right. So this is the Kickstarter project. Watch. Oh, okay. So that shows it. Wow. Damn. Do you know any new Kickstarters?
Oh, it would have to be like one of the newer. What about what about the Cthulhu anthology?
Yeah, I haven't even touched that one. I don't know if that one will work. Let's see if that one works. So basically what's happening, no, I think I've seen that there are preview pictures there. Basically, the preview picture you just saw is not showing up. Kickstarter said that Facebook changed something with the way that they're doing things, looking for images, and it's crashing their site. So Facebook has changed something, and it sounds like artificial intelligence, to be honest with you. It looks like what Facebook's doing is implying an IA program.
AI.
AI, thank you. I was like, I'm saying that wrong, aren't I? An AI program that's looking for things that they don't want on their site, and then while looking for it, it's crashing Kickstarter and causing Kickstarter to have a problem. So Kickstarter is now blocking the ability for them to get preview images.
Wow.
So I just wanted to give that tidbit to anyone who's launching a Kickstarter. Launch it with a picture instead of an actual link. Put up a picture and then share it. Do not expect the link to have a preview. It will not. We actually had Austin on the program yesterday talking about zombies. I'm really excited. He a lot of good energy coming from this one. You know,
I'm reviewing this one today.
Cool. You know, there's a Stranger Kid in this. One of the Stranger Things kids are part of this.
No.
I think it's one of the kids. It's an actor. I don't know which one, to be honest. I'm not a Stranger fan, but here, check it out.
Hi, I'm Austin Janowski, the writer and creator of the comic book series Zombies Were Human Too, telling zombie stories before and how they became zombies. And this is the Kickstarter for Volume 2 of that series. So the kids are able to escape from the one building to the next building via a ladder that they found on the roof. From there, they try to escape through the building down to the bottom floor and out. Unfortunately, it's now become infested with zombies. So as they're trying to get their way down, they are forced yet again into a situation where they have to save themselves, and they find a storage cellar, which turns out to be a safe room. The bigger question is, whose safe room is it? And are they going to come back? So for Volume 2, it's another 100-page graphic novel, color for the main stories, black and white for the zombies, and we have got a great selection of creators for this one too. Kickstarter was a great experience. We're very excited for Volume 2. And with your support, we can actually get there and make our goal in that. Very much on behalf of myself.
Oh, I'm trying to hit the wrong screen. So you said it. Austin, you said it, and I'm actually hitting my screen where I'm watching you watch it. Really, I can't turn it off from there for a minute. I'm like, why isn't it stopping? But yeah, I'm pretty excited about the fact that he changed that video by watching this show to make it short. So he actually had learned from it, and he was really a cool person to have on the show and talk about this project. Like, made me even more in love with the project itself. I can't wait to have him on the program again, as a matter of fact. And you have until March 18th, the day after St. Patrick's Day, to support him. So make sure you guys are getting on that one, especially if you like zombie tales and you like cool stuff. Check out the extra rewards. There's some awesome stuff within that actual Kickstarter.
I gonged it because the story at the beginning was very much like they do this, they do that, they do this, they do that. That's not exciting. And he didn't have a lot of emotion. He's an actor, and he didn't have a lot of emotion in his voice, and it just felt like he was just reading off of a script. And so I was just like, by the end, I'm like, okay, I don't need to know anymore. Thanks.
Well, you're also reviewing it today, though. I think that kind of, once you have had it, once I've seen some of these videos, my patience goes lower and lower.
Yeah, I haven't read it yet.
Oh, okay.
I haven't read it yet. When I review, I like to read it right before I do the video. So it's like fresh, I'm excited, and I'm good to go.
See, I'll read it a week before, just as a thing, but I'll do what you do and read it right before I go on to make sure I didn't miss something. But that's also with my dyslexia. Sometimes with my dyslexia, sometimes I'll skim because Jax is around. Yeah. So, I might miss something, so I'll reread it. But like you, right before. You want to have that fresh feeling. I
basically give myself a dedicated half an hour, 20 minutes to really read and get the book, and then 10 minutes for the video. And in that half an hour, everyone leaves me alone. Pardon?
You could never do that with my book.
Your book is not a standard comic book. Your book's like a comic novel.
No, Matt Knowles makes comic novels. Let's be honest.
Well, I mean, I think there's a pretty good example for both of you doing that.
No, he beats me. I got to give him credit. Matt Knowles is the reason I started relettering things, and I changed the way I created. Because when I read Matt Knowles' book, and nothing against Matt Knowles, but he puts a lot of words, a lot. I was like, all right. That's why I started adding art in between things. I was like, okay, I get it. Less talky. All right, speaking of less talky, we don't have a lot to talk about with a Dynamite Thor because we don't have a video to watch. So, as Chuck would say, gong. Thank you.
Boing.
All right, this is Cold-Blooded Volume 1 manga. Did you watch last week's episode?
Nope.
Oh, this is going to be fun. All right, Chuck, you're up.
Holding out hope, his father is still out there after his disappearance 5 years ago.
Wong.
Can we just keep it going? I love your face.
Yeah.
Just your faces are going to make it worth watching to the end.
Rim Snark discovers latent reptilian abilities brought out by a shadowy figure determined to end his life.
I can't see the video right now.
Oh.
It's showing me.
All right, it's over now. All right, so Chuck, hook us up. What happened there?
Okay, so look, I'm gonna be honest. I'm talking directly to you, okay, creator. I'm an excitable person. I can sell something. Not all creators can do that, and I'm sorry, you can't. It's not your thing, and that's okay, because maybe your power is making books or whatever, but you might want to find someone else who can really give that excitement to the video, because you lost me really quick. Also, I felt like everything went very slowly, and yeah, it needs a lot of work. A lot of work. I do like, though, that I saw you start to be personal and talk with us. I like that. And I'm okay if someone's not as passionate when they're doing the personal talk. I get it, because that's not easy for everybody. But when you're doing the actual video and you're trying to sell the comic, the awesomeness of the comic, this does not work.
What did you think of the art? Because last week we kind of talked about the art a little bit.
It's rough. It's rough, and honestly, I'm not a manga guy. I'm trying to become one more and more, or at least try to get into it. But it's rough even for manga.
Okay, I'm not gonna harbor on it. Hey, look, man, he made a comic book, so he's already done more than.
Yeah, good for you, man. It's not easy to do, and I hope you fun, man. I hope everybody funds. That's the honest truth.
All right, and we're gonna have something I just got handed to by our friend Luis Torres. So incoming, this one is going to be added to the show as soon as I can get it to go to Safari and switch over. So bear with me 1 second as here it comes. That beep was it showing up, and hopefully it pops up. There it goes. And we'll go back to the split screen. Oh, that was the wrong split screen. There we go. All right, so this does not have a video. So we'll just yeah, we'll give a quick look because Lewis is a friend of the show. So we'll give it a quick.
That art's beautiful. The art is beautiful. Like,
okay, I gotta ask. This reminds me of Banging Bunnies. Do you guys remember that?
No, I've that sounds like a publisher that I would not deal with.
No, it reminds me of that. I gotta ask him if
it's because it's cheesecake, so there's kind of like a formula that sort of goes with that.
Maybe I could see that.
Dude, it's beautiful. The art's there. It looks good.
And they own it. Look at this. I love this shirt. Not safe for work.
Yeah. They don't even try to hide it. Good for them. Don't. Yeah. I will say that if you're looking for any kind of story, this doesn't have me sold. Like there's nothing that's enticing me to look into. Ooh, what's the story on this? You know what I mean? It's just like,
no, I do, because I want to know the story. Because I'm a pervert. I'm an old pervert, Chuck. It's just true. I'll admit it. That right there, the two girls kissing, I want to know who they are. I just do. This is me being honest.
Okay, and that's fine. But here's me being honest. I can see girls kissing anywhere, literally anywhere. So if there's anything beyond just the tits and ass, I'd like to see some of that. Like I don't think you need, like, you can sell us on the TNA, which they're doing well, but then also give us some kind of, like that. Okay, that the preview pages are pretty good, actually.
Yeah, look at that, right? There's some demon ass shit going on, man.
Yeah,
And they have a bat cave.
yeah, but why aren't we hearing, like, I would do a video of that, man. Do a
Yeah.
damn video. Why not?
And I have to ask a question. Maybe you can help me, Chuck. What's with the pockets now with the girls? They're showing the white pocket. Like, I don't understand it.
The pocket is to show that those were once pants, and that they decided, hey, look what we can do.
Okay.
It's a Daisy Dukes thing. Like,
Yeah, but it's blocking the rest of the view.
it's not exactly blocking an important part.
It's enough that it bothers me. I like side thigh. Don't judge me.
Only Rob would look at that picture and be like, "There's not enough skin."
I'm just saying it's a perfectly good waste of side thigh. You don't see enough of side thigh in this day and age. Thank you, Facebook, for making us all try to wear burqas. All right, that will be on our program. We'll make sure to get it out to you guys. I'm going to throw the link in our comment section right now so you guys don't miss out on this. Now, for those wondering if you did see The Demonist, that is Luis Torres's other book. So he's doing great things. And I swear to you, this art looks like CB Zane had something to do with some of this art.
Yeah.
So I was trying to look around to see if I saw CB Zane's name. Yeah. Oh, look, see? Called it.
Which one?
Right here. That's actually the one I thought it was. Because he worked with Barbara, remember?
Yeah, he worked with Barbara, and he did Into the Sock. Yep.
Yeah. So.
And he's doing a cover for the next Niobe.
Oh, didn't he already do the cover? Isn't the Niobe done?
No, this is for Niobe 2.
Yeah, but didn't they just kickstart that? Isn't that over?
No, that was Birthright 1.
Oh,
Birthright.
the second one he's doing it for.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
okay.
that's the second one.
And of course, you know, he wins me with a girl wrapping her hand around chains. I'm a sucker for a girl in chains. I love Chuck's look. And Chuck shared a hotel room with me, so Chuck has been like,
I've wrapped my hands around many a chain.
and it's funny because like some girls came up to the table, and normally I wouldn't talk about this, and I'm not going to go very far into much detail, but Chuck just looked at me and he's like, it's like the fifth girl that's hit on you. And I was like, yeah, but Chuck, they're fans. I can't do anything with the fans. He's like, I can share your fans with me. I'm like, Chuck, you're married. Stop it.
And my wife was there.
Right there, and she kind of looked, and I was like, oh, okay, I didn't know you guys were played that way.
yeah, you got to be open to more stuff there, man. Come on.
Especially being around me. Well, I almost got Chuck to go to an actual dungeon with me, but no, something about a lifelong friend showing up out of nowhere or something.
Yeah, that was nuts. To be in Orlando and have a buddy from Canada be like, dude, I'm right around the corner.
He didn't have cancer or anything. It would have been fine. You'll see him again. How many times are you near a dungeon?
I know, right? I think I would have not enjoyed myself. Only because you were in there for the long haul, and I might have liked it for like half an hour.
Yeah, Chuck would have been like, I'm ready to go home. I'm like, that's fantastic. Good for you.
Yeah, and I would have been stuck.
See you in an hour. Now, just to torture you, here's the Dust County Chronicles, Nightfall #1. Oh, no, wait, he doesn't ruin childhoods anymore. I can't use that line anymore. Okay, so this is different. This isn't the same usual Nightmare world. To be credit to Joel, he's actually switched gears, and it's more about the main characters that were the sub-characters in the first arc, if that makes sense.
Hello again. My name is Joel Rodriguez, and I'm the writer and letterer of the Dust County Chronicles and the brand new spin-off, the Dust County Chronicles Nightfall. In the first 2 issues of the Chronicles, we were introduced to the twisted towns within Dust County through a collection of 8 tales of terror, short stories that caused us to question what we thought we knew about the stories of our past. Dust County has always been a place where things are never as they seem, and now that holds true for the very format of the series. I'm honored to return to Kickstarter for the start of a brand new spin-off mini-series called The Dust County Chronicles Nightfall, which takes us back into the heart of Dust County and gives us a deeper look at the lore and the lives of the unfortunate souls that live there. In the 32-page first issue of Nightfall, we follow Lori Evans, who has ignored all warnings and driven into Dust County in search of her sister Lacey. Finding her sister is no easy task, though, and she's forced to team up with some unlikely allies if she ever hopes to see Lacey again or even survive the night in a place overrun by monsters and nightmares. If you're a fan of emotional stories of monsters, loss, and survival, and you live for the plot twists, The Dust County Chronicles Nightfall is a must-read. I'm joined once again by the wonderful team of creators that have all had a hand in bringing Dust County to life. Returning are artist Roman Gubsky, editor Andrea Lorenzo Molinari, and creative consultant Christina Rodriguez. We're being joined by a whole new team of talented variant cover artists, including Alex Cormack, Brian Silverbacks, and Stephanie Laval. Your support on Kickstarter will help us continue the mythos of Dust County and introduce even more people to the horrors within. And for just $10, you can have this thrilling story delivered directly to your door. I'm thrilled to introduce some exciting new features to this campaign, including variant cover upgrades. Each cover will have a number of available upgrades for you to choose from, including foil printing and even the return of the full black and white Nightmare Edition not seen since the first issue of the Dust County Chronicles. Our premium tiers and bundles will give you opportunities for original commissions, variant bundles, and even the chance to become a monstrous marionette in the next issue. As always, thank you for your support, and I look forward to walking with you as we return to Dust County.
All right, now as the video was starting, I was trying to say his original pitch for this was he'll ruin your childhood with all the twists on the tales from them. But this is actually all his now. This is him stepping into his own creations and telling a story. I've read it. I really dig the book. I'm actually a big fan. I like Joel. Joel's a good friend, and I'm used to pitching his book. That's why I instantly go with the he'll ruin your childhood, because it works. People start with that, and they're like, "Ooh, really? Ruin my childhood?" I talk about sex, and everyone gets all prudish. Ruin your childhood. Everyone's happy. It's like I'm their dad.
Well, the video was good. It he had everything he needed. I would say that it ran a little long. He wanted to maybe give us more information than we needed. Like, I don't need to know about the damn variant covers and stuff.
I used to say that too. Variant covers make money, man.
No. I'm not saying they don't make money. I'm saying I don't need to know about them in the video.
True. That's what the Project Home
did. The rest of it is, just say we have some amazing variant covers by some amazing artists. Bam. Cool. Then if I'm interested, I'll go look into that. But the average person doesn't need to know that. And that's a point where you could get someone to gong. So I liked it. It was a good video. Didn't really give me a reason, but I would say it goes a little long. So maybe find where you can trim it.
Oh, definitely. And, it's a lot that he wants to talk about, because this has been a good project so far. So I could see it. I could see not knowing where to draw that line.
That's what editors are for.
Hell yeah. And he's supposedly an editor. You can't edit yourself. Kidding around aside. You should never edit yourself. You'll never get it.
Yeah.
Where was Andrea on that? I'm sending a message to Andrea. All right. So here is Brian K. Morris presents Celebrity Ghost Hunters. With I don't know how to say her name. I don't want to say it wrong. We'll let her say it.
Hi, I have an opportunity for you. This is Karosha Ona, Queen of the Paranormal. I'd like you to become part of my team with my celebrity friends on a wonderful Kickstarter program called Celebrity Ghost Hunters. Jimmy Star and Ron Russell have dazzled millions with their Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell and interviews on the red carpet in Hollywood. Eileen Shapiro is a world-renowned music interviewer, interviewing music giants like Adam Ant all the way to Dionne Warwick.
There's me, Karosha Ona, Queen of the Paranormal, first person in comic book history to do what she does in real life between the pages of a comic book, being a superhero.
And here's where you come in. Just click the link. It'll bring you to our Kickstarter campaign. And for as little as $1, you can become part of our team. There's also rewards where you can become a person in the comic book, whether it's a ghost, demon, oh yeah, or like a Hollywood picture on the wall with your face in it. We have fun rewards, and we have a lot of secret video footage we're going to be putting up. Only for our backers that join our team. This is Karosha Ona, and I'm part of our.
You made it to the end.
What the f was that?
You have to go more than that.
Well, no, that thing that jumped up out of nowhere, that jump scare thing.
That was on purpose. That was because she's a celebrity ghost hunter, and they were on a mission, and someone got scared. Haha, they got you.
I didn't like it.
I don't think you're supposed to. They're supposed to scare you a bit, Chuck. That's you're asking the guy how to make the sauce. You're a chef. You know you're not supposed to do that.
If you want to enjoy it, yeah.
Well, what about beyond that?
It was good up to that point.
Okay. This is brought to us by the Brian K. Morris. I want to do some shout outs to some people making some comments. I'm trying to keep up with it. It's not exactly easy because you guys are actually trailing behind us. We're actually, I think, 30 seconds ahead of you guys. But Brian had said gong at one point, and I didn't see it come up. Takes you out of the video, though. Oh, he's talking about I think the thing you were talking about, the creepy thing flying up.
Yeah, the jump. Yeah, that took me out of the video. Like, I was done.
Brian Germain, I think it's Germain, right?
Yeah, Brian Germain.
Brian Germain, saying his name last. He said it took him out. He also says, I want to know more about them. They might have given too much about the actual story. I think that was about Joel, because that was before we played this video. So I think he was talking about Joel and Joel giving too much. And it is true. Sometimes you just want to give a preview of what you're talking about. And I have trouble with that sometimes, and I'll go through a couple video takes and I'll change videos. So you guys ready for the next one? This is Legacy of the View number 2. There's no video, so we're just going to give it a look and keep going. And this is Elysian. There we go.
It's a Greek word.
Oh, all right. I'm not Greek. That would explain why.
The Elysian Fields?
Nope, nothing. I wasn't a mythology person either. I just never.
Okay, yeah, it's mythology. The Elysian Fields.
Yeah, I was more Nordic.
Okay.
So I'm more into the Viking tales than them.
Sure.
Yeah. What's up, Chuck?
Gong. Was that the whole video?
No, there was more.
No, gong.
Okay.
No, I hate that bull crap of just, you're going to show me a bunch of pictures. I can see art anywhere, man. You're only giving me half of what a comic is. A half is story. It's story and art put together. You're giving me just a bunch of faces. It's nothing. It means nothing to me. And I hate these videos. Fucking hate them. Sorry, Elysian.
If you're gonna come on my show, I want you to be honest. I don't want you to feel like you have to hold back.
You know what though? I don't want to feel like I'm slamming someone's stuff. It's just, I'm sorry, man. The video does not work. I hate that style, and that's why I put up my hand to start counting down. After 10 seconds of that, it's too much. You gotta talk.
I'm trying to see if I can get the damn remote to play so the music's not playing. Kickstarter is also having some problems lately with just controls. Like their videos don't show their control panel. I don't know. It doesn't look like he stops doing that at any point.
Well, then, yeah. You screwed up.
Yeah, you would have gotten to 10 seconds. You would have gonged it. So I wanted to make sure he didn't just jump in 10 seconds later.
Yeah.
This is The Art of Anthony Christou, and this is Surrealities and Oddities. And I'm definitely going to fit into the oddity part. So here
Hi
we go.
everyone, I'm Anthony Christou, artist and creator, and I'm here to welcome you to my new book, Surreal Worlds and Oddities, The Art of Anthony Christou. This is my second complete limited edition hardcover book of my best artwork from the last 10 years. My passion is fantasy art and surrealism, but I love other genres such as fairy tales, science fiction, and horror. This art book collects 10 years of my best paintings from prize-winning artwork, client projects, and personal art. I have 35 brand new paintings since 2017, and I also have 45 of my best paintings from the past 10 years. Only the best work has actually made the cut. Now, this art book is an A4, and it's also landscape format, which makes it really unique. Most art books are in the portrait format. I've done this to highlight my landscape work, and most of my epic artworks are actually in the landscape format. Don't worry, I've still got my portrait works, and they'll be in the book side by side on a landscape page. The great thing about this book is it's incredibly popular. The last book I did, I made 500 books, and in 9 months they sold out straight after the Kickstarter was finished. So what I've decided to do is raise the funding goal and go for 1,000 books. It's really important to me that we hit this goal because I really want to see more fans get my art book. I've had so many fans come up to me at conventions and say, I really want that art book, and it's sold out. So I need your support to try and get to this goal, and maybe even higher, to even unlock 2,000 books being printed, simply because I want my book to reach a larger audience and to get to you and other people and your friends. So come on board this journey. I really thank you for your support. I have amazing rewards in this project. I have commissions, and I also have a chance for you to get in the book. Every backer will be included in the back page in the special thanks section. And I also have for really high backers an honorary mention section. And this will also be for past patrons and fans that have supported me so much on my artistic journey. I really want to thank you all for backing my project and looking at this. I hope to see you on Kickstarter or at a comic convention. Take care.
All right, Chuck, you made it to the end.
I did. I actually like this. I've seen his work. I never have money when his book comes around. And honestly, art books is not necessarily my thing, but his work is beautiful. You can't deny it. He gave you all the information there. He talked you through it all. Yeah, I mean, I think this was a good one.
All right, I like that. I like the fact that Chuck was digging a video. And
yeah.
Cool.
It's possible, people.
All right, I'm going to try to make the videos a little bigger going forward. We'll see if you can, because I noticed some of that was a little small on that one. Horror Shop Book 2 for Science. Nothing more to talk about here because there's no video. It doesn't fit our format. So we're going to move on to your Euro and Goose.
Oh, okay.
Again, Kickstarter. We had this problem last week with this video, too.
Hey everybody, it's Hector over at New Leaf Studios, and we are crowdfunding our second issue of Uriel and Goose. So Uriel and Goose is a wacky satirical buddy comedy that deals with topics like GMOs, the agricultural, pharmaceutical, and medical industries, as well as corruption and greed. So the first issue that we published set up a style of random and lighthearted humor that's meant to take on these topics without being heavy-handed. This work is the fantastic brainchild of our writer Chris Gordonhay. It's illustrated by myself with help coloring from our other writer, Nate Burgos. So we wanted to do something really meaningful here, as we always seek to do with our work, and this comic really demonstrates our perspective on health and wellness. We call out these issues with our own brand of humor that's meant to inform the audience without being overly influential. We started building this concept back in 2017 and decided to revamp it in 2018 and 2019 with a new and improved style.
Gong!
So we're going to take on these topics one issue.
Thoughts?
Too much history. I actually know this book. I read this book. It's fun. It's silly. It's hilarious. And it does have an interesting point. But you know what? It's not a great sell for that book.
Okay.
Like I said, all I'm getting right, like I don't give a shit what you did in 2017. You know what I mean? Like that. I would almost want to see that stuff at the back end of the video when you've already sold me. You need to sell me on the book, and that's not sold. You're like, it's a book and it's about we want to talk about important things, and it's like, oh, okay, well, everyone does, you know. So yeah, I don't think they showed their unique perspective or their fun. It's a fucking fun book. I read that first book. I went over that and did some proofing for them, and it was good. But they need to have some fun with that video, because that kind of sucked.
Speaking of videos, this weekend at GarageCon, where we are fuck you kind of coronavirusing. This is going to be on the 14th and 15th online. Make a video that's up to 5 minutes, but listen to Chuck's tips. Make it more interesting. Make it fun. Make it a pitch. Don't take too long. We're giving everyone 5 minutes to be fair, but if you don't need the 5 minutes, don't take the 5 minutes. I say it all the time. Get to the steak. Don't give me the sizzle. I want the steak.
Yeah, you also have to remember that it's the same as your book. So what I'll tell my clients often when we're reading their book for the first time or their script is that you have, you know, your 24 pages or however long your book is to sell the series, but you really only have 5 pages to sell the book. If you don't have me excited in those first 5 pages, I'll close it and it might never open again.
I would disagree.
Pardon?
I think everyone will read the first issue. You don't have them after the first issue. I agree. But I think a person will always go back if they spent money on a book.
You know, okay, so here's the difference for me. You're not necessarily wrong. I'm given a lot of books, so that could be part of my thing. But like if it's a digital book and I spent like 50 cents or $1 on it, and I get 5 pages in and I'm just like, this is not doing it for me, I'm fine with walking away from the $1.
That's fair. But if it's a $5 to $10 book, you're going to read that first book.
Probably. But if I do put the book down after 5 pages and I spent $5 on it, you've done something wrong. You really should be able to pull people in, at least to the story. It doesn't have to be exciting or boom. It just has to grab me in some way.
But look at Barbara Unleashed. The first issue is deliberately a slow burn story. And some people have had trouble with that in the first 5 pages. But when you get to page 7, the tempo begins to pick up on purpose.
But the story was there in the first 5 pages. We understood her innocence, but also the stuff that she was dealing with. The fact that her parents didn't like who she was and all that kind of stuff, like the secrecy and all that. That's already sold in the first 5 pages.
Speaking of that, did you see that I uncovered an old set of actual fetish babies?
No.
Yeah, it was hidden in one of my travel totes in between poster boards, and I suddenly have this rare thing, so I'm putting it on the Kickstarter, and it's going to be selling for $125. You can get the original and the new and the BDSM survey and the Avocator where Barbara showed up.
Wow.
Yep, gotta drop that pitch. But you'll hear more about that at GarageCon this weekend. And Brian says that you and him gonged at the same time, and he says he likes the kiss rule. I must have missed something. Yeah. I don't know what the kiss rule is.
Keep it simple, stupid.
Oh, that's why. Because okay, I got you.
Yeah,
I heard you saying that, and I didn't realize the kiss thing. Now it makes sense.
Yeah, no, and Brian, it's funny. Brian, way to go, buddy. Dead on. It's the same deal. The fact of the matter is, keep it simple. Sell us on what you're doing, and this just sadly didn't do it. It's a fun book. It deserves better.
All right, we're at that point where we're at the hour point of the show. We do want to talk about everything that's left on the program, and then Chuck will get to pick what we play. So now you get to choose what we get to play till we're done with the hour. You ready?
Okay.
Here are your choices. Gateway Comics presents Fianna McCool and the Hound of Ulster.
Fianna McCool and the Hound of Ulster.
What he said. The Dude, Volume 1. The Hildenbrand Valkyrie.
Hildenbrand Valkyrie.
All right. And then Freak Show Princess relaunch. Are you in the mood for some steak? Geek Girl Tights and Capes.
Man.
The Eerie Enigma of Ghostly Gary. The Muffin Man. or Sunspot Magazine? What do you
So
pick?
I have to pick one?
Yeah, you could do two, because last week we had 3 people on. We were able to get 3 videos in about 10 minutes. I don't care if we go a few minutes over. So I'll give you 2, and as a matter of fact, I'll give you all 3 for being this week's guest, because you came in at the last minute.
So I know a bunch of these, and you know what? Let's go back to that Valkyrie one. That looked really good.
All right, we'll start with the Valkyrie then. I haven't seen this one, actually. Apparently it's fully funded, though. Oh, it's a 7-minute video.
Well, we'll gong it partway through. Don't you worry.
It feels good to ride through these lands. It's hard to believe this land isn't mine by birthright, that it came through bloodshed, and before that, love. I can still remember my lord's handsome face, how we became lovers, then teacher and pupil. Part of me died the day he was struck down, defending our town from a Viking invasion. It was his dying wish that I take up his sword and defend his house. I felt the resentment from the other knights, but I have lived in peace.
I would watch the whole thing. We do have other videos. It's good. Feels a little slow, but I would watch that whole video.
All right, we just don't have the time. So
Yeah. I want to check out some of the other ones. I want to check out that Fiona McCool one.
All right, where was that? I think that was up here.
That's right there. Yeah.
There we go. A lot of Irish going on right now.
Hi, I'm Stephen Butler, her dad.
And I'm Lily Butler, his daughter.
And together, we're the father-daughter team bringing you Fiona McCool and the Hound of Ulster, a rip-roaring, action-packed fantasy comic book that takes its inspiration from Celtic mythology and our favorite funny animal cartoons.
Fiona McCool and the Hound of Ulster tells the story of Fiona McCool, the daughter of a noble house who sacrificed everything so that she could live to one day free her people from the Red Witch Queen Maeve and her dark army of evil creatures.
Now, aiding Fiona in her quest is Cú Chulainn, the mighty Hound of Ulster, the last of the Red Branch Knights who wasn't corrupted by the Witch Queen's magic. Together, Fiona and Cú Chulainn set out with the goal to rescue all the denizens of the land who have been enslaved by the evil Queen Maeve and to overthrow her dark empire.
I'm going to gong it, but again, I would watch the whole thing. That's fun.
But our heroes are resourceful and have a few tricks of their own. Who will win?
Will you
Find out in
stop?
the comic.
If you're a fan of fun, action-oriented comics that are...
Damn it. There we go.
That was okay. So I'm only gonging it because we don't have a lot of time. That's good. I wanted to see something new that I'd never seen before, which is why I was excited for that one. And
let's let it play then. It's only a 2-minute video.
Okay, go ahead. Yeah.
For all ages. Or if you're a fan of fantasy storytelling, we think you'll really like Fiona McCool and the Hound of Ulster. We've done our best to make it the right blend of serious fantasy drama mixed with a good dose of lighthearted humor that will make you laugh out loud and want to find out what happens next. Whether you're already an avid reader or totally new to the world of comics, we believe this project is the perfect jumping on point to a new world of adventure.
So this is where you come in. We need your help to get this book finished and in your hands. And with your financial support, you get
all right. I think we can cut it right
to
there
the comic itself.
because they stopped talking about the book and they're talking about rewards. So
Yeah.
we'll cut it there. I think we got them everything that they need within their story guidelines. So you have one more choice. It's our third one.
Scroll down. Not the dude.
I don't think the dude has a video, so you couldn't even choose that one.
Good. I wasn't gonna.
Freak Show Princess.
Didn't. I mean, steak. I know nothing about steak.
David Burns.
I do. Sorry, I do know that, but I don't know anything about the story. So let's see how he does.
All right, let's do it. David, you're up.
Put him to the stake.
Hey everyone out there in Kickstarter land, I am David Byrne. I'm the author of Shady Place the novel and the writer of the comics The Couch and Spider Man, who's hanging out behind here. But today I'm here to talk to you about my latest creation, Steak, and this is our Women of Comics cover collection Kickstarter.
I'm not going to go too in-depth on the details here because there's a lot of information available in the campaign below this video. Stake features two really strong female characters in Vampire Hunter Angel, or Stake as she likes to call herself. It's the title of the book. And the ancient vampire Jessamy, her partner in the Vampire Bounty Hunting Union. This Kickstarter features the artwork of some really amazing people all over the world. And frankly, I'm honored they chose to work with this project.
And we just saw Chuck coughing, so we know he's got the coronavirus. So we'll have a GoFundMe page up for his family very soon.
I'm quarantined in my bedroom.
With the right person, that could be a good time.
Right? So, look, I know Steak did well. This video did not sell me at all.
You know, you always just want the TNA, Chuck. Every time you're on the show.
He's got what looks to be an exciting book, and this is a very unexciting video. It takes 10 seconds just to mention the name. He talks about everything he previously did. Honestly, we don't care. Like, not to be rude to David, but what he previously did doesn't matter as much as what he's doing right now. And, you know, we're already here. We're already watching the video. You don't have to sell you. You have to sell the product first. And so it took too long to get into the product, and it was not exciting. It took a while. I mean, all we know is that there's a vampire hunter and she works with someone else. We don't know anything about the actual story. Yeah, it didn't work for me. Sorry, man.
That's okay. I do think the art's kind of cool, and I like the covers. The covers
it's why I wanted to watch it. I was really hoping that he would sell me on it with the video, because I've heard good things and I'm excited about it. But that video didn't do the job it should have done.
Now, do you know what's up with the Dust County Chronicle and Stake? Are they now crossing over?
I don't think they're crossing over, but I'm sure that I wouldn't be surprised if they did like some kind of. I believe actually what they're doing is they have a cover that they're doing where you can put the two books together.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah. So you buy both covers and boom, you get two books and they make one big beautiful picture.
Smart idea.
Yeah.
And look at that though.
It's beautiful. Like I said, the art's solid and it's David Byrne, so I'm sure the art's great or the story's great, but don't sell me on you, sell me on the book, and it took too long to do that.
There you go. There's your more appropriate fan art.
There you go.
Concept art. We're talking about fan art today, so it's on my mind. That's beautiful, man. See,
yeah,
like everyone talks about cheesecake. That to me is not cheesecake, right there.
No, I find that cheesecake is playing more to the sexy than playing. This is just someone who's playing. She is obviously sexy, but they're also playing to the story.
And, you know, there's nothing wrong with a woman who likes to be sexy and look that. And everyone's like, oh, women don't look that way. I can say at my old age, I am proud enough to say I have been with women that look that way, accompanying them to dinners and such, if you would, back in the 1920s when I grew up. So I'm 100 years old now. No, but there are women who look that way. And I'm so sick and tired of people saying there aren't women that look that way, because yes, there really are women that look that way in reality. Stop saying there aren't. The cheesecake covers, I agree with. Yes, there are not women that look that way, or they're very rare. But this looks like a real woman, and I wanted to give credit to it because we talk a lot about it. The proportions are right, and I'm not surprised to know that a female drew this, because the proportions are exactly right. The positioning of the body is right.
Is that Sora Sung?
What's that?
Is that Sora Sung's art?
Yes. Yes, it
is.
is.
I thought so. Yeah. Her stuff is so good.
Shut up.
What?
She's in the same vein I am at times. I'm just jealous. That's all.
Her art's amazing, man. If you could get her to do a variant, game on.
Chuck. No, she really is talented, though. She does carnal knowledge, for those who don't know the joke that I'm getting at.
And she's got a new one called Aurora Light, I believe it's called.
Yeah, but I think it went away from everything BDSM related.
Yeah, but it's still sexy.
Yeah, it's and she's doing it right. Like, and I because we had a thing with Marcel where people had said, "Oh, I was jumping on him because I didn't like sexy," and that's not true. I don't
That's
like
the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
I don't like cheesecake, and that's the. And I wanted to show this on the show because here was something. It's got very playful art. It's very well done. It's beautiful.
It's sexy.
Like it, you know, what's that?
It's sexy.
Yes, yes, it's actually sexy art. This is what I want. This is what comics used to be when they did, or still are in indie comics. But I mean, there is a sexuality that comes across with these without being creepy.
Yeah, even I would even go so far as to say stuff like Larry Higgins' Niobe is sexy without being necessarily cheesecake.
Okay, you can say that.
Yeah, I haven't read the book. I'd have to read the book to really tell if it was cheesecake.
I don't know. I don't think he deliberately tries to make it cheesecake, and I do think
I know he likes sexy, and that's fine.
Yeah. I think that it's a choice to be cheese, and I don't want to call out a one of the ones that I would say is cheesecake. But I've said it many times, especially on this program, there's a difference between having sexuality be shown in a comic book or let it play around a bit and having characters be sexual and cheesecake. Cheesecake is, for lack of a better term, to me, it's the feeling of like a 5-year-old, not a 5-year-old, a 13-year-old writing a comic book when they were 13 and you know, over exaggerating things. You know what I mean? Like a child who's just becoming sexual, who's at that pubescent period writing and drawing. That is cheesecake to me. It's more fantasy than reality. While these are adorable characters who have a sexual side, who present it. Like the White Queen is one of the best examples of this. Wearing the X-Force shirt that you are was one of the best examples of one of those characters that treaded that line.
Yeah.
Psylocke 2, she did an amazing job of treading that line when she came back and wasn't the usual British princess type of thing. Go ahead. You were going to say something?
I was going to say, are we almost done? I have to run real quick.
Oh, no. If you got to go. I'll wrap up the rest of the show without you.
Okay, I'll be back in just a minute. Just sorry, I got to run.
No, do you think?
Here, I'll hit the audio.
All right, cool. All right, so Chuck will be back with us in a minute to say goodbye. But yeah, I just wanted to touch on that it's not about sexuality that is a problem, in my opinion. It is just the fact that we kind of exploit women. And here is something that I don't find exploitive. And I did want to touch on that. We ran out of time last week where I couldn't talk about it. So I want to take a little extra time in the overtime today to talk about that. I give credit to David Byrne for making this something that is beautiful and is really awesome. I really dig this. The art in this is fantastic. It's sexuality expressed. It's not sexuality sold. And if you don't understand that, that's fine, but there is a difference. And I don't know. I don't know how else to explain it other than doing an hour-long program and looking at different things. But I really do respect what David did. Congrats to him and his team for doing some awesome stuff. And he is awesome. So make sure that you're back in it. It's in all the links from the videos we watched are in the comments section. We do have to move on. We're at that end of the program period. So, of course, Geek Girl. Actually, I'll play Geek Girl while Chuck's not here because I've got a couple of minutes. So maybe I'll stall for him to be on. So we're going to give Sam Johnson some love. If I can get it to play. I swear I'm trying. I don't know anymore if these are playing. It's weird lately. Here we go.
Geek Girl's hot, popular college chick with a cat. She wants a pair of super tough glasses. They give her flight super strength powers, but the initial impact is she's not used to these strength powers and they make her super klutzy. And she's trying to demonstrate her powers to her friends. She alienates the meaner girls of the clique, knocking drinks over them. But from there, she grows into a heroine, helped and pushed on by her best friend, Summer. Now, that's the setup. But what's happening now, we're ongoing with Geek Girl. So I've always wanted to bring some weirder elements to my comics, but it required an ongoing series. So Doom Patrol, I was referencing Grant Morrison's Ronald Dink Charles a big influence on me, and I've created various ideas over the years. Ideas like Groove Jet, The Living Party, White Ops, Rat Think, Carbuccini, Voodoo Junkie, Hit Woman. Now these are all going to be coming to the pages of Geek Girl.
Chuck is back. I was trying to give you time to come back, so I played
No,
another.
you did. Thank you.
I tried to play another video while Chuck was gone. We didn't want to be.
He just kind of rambled there, it felt like.
Well, I mean, there's a big history behind Geek Girl now. Like, we're talking about this being a new series, and you got to get all that together.
Yeah, but it needs to feel accessible for someone who's brand new.
All right, I've actually got Chuck. I got a question for you. I have 20 minutes before I could do 20 minutes before having to run to get Jax. Do you want to keep going?
I can do a little bit more. Yeah, okay.
Okay, so real quick, just so we get it out of the way, because we'll play to the very last minute, and I'll just take off and go to get Jax. Remember that $1 can make dreams come true. They show support, attract attention, help fund projects, support creators, and create new worlds. And if you're creating a new world, get the book from Madeline Holly Rising and Christy Shin that can help you do an amazing Kickstarter program of your own. I don't know if it's geared towards Indiegogo. I know it is geared towards Kickstarter. But if you're even planning to run an Indiegogo, there's a lot of great information within there that you should check out. We don't know of anything that's in previews. We only have the Tinseltown from last month. So that's it. We'll continue to play videos. What was your next choice? Freak Show Princess, or we have the Eerie Enigma? Oh, Chuck disappeared on me. I'm sure Chuck will be right back. Hopefully, Chuck will be right back. In the meantime, we'll do Freak Show Princess from Jonathan Hedrick. That's it.
That's a good little trailer.
You know, if you're going to have music and that pacing, it really helps you try to pay attention to what's being said because the music matters. Remember I made a joke about Alanis Morissette earlier in the show?
Yeah.
It didn't match. For me, that should have been like an Imperial March type of song.
Isn't it ironic? You're like, what?
Yeah, I'm like, what the hell's going on? Where's Alanis? Hi, Alanis. I haven't seen you in a while since a movie theater. So only some people will get that joke. Only some of you will get that joke.
I totally got that. That's great. Oh, that was really good, dude.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, damn.
Let's see what else we were missing. We didn't enter the Blue Star. Do you want to enter the Blue Star?
Yeah, okay.
That sounds dirty now that I realize the Blue Star is a character.
Hey, as long as it's not Brown Star, we're good.
Hey, I read what was there, so that one's not on me.
Hi, I'm Brad Potts, writer and creator of the Gateway Comics series Stalker. Welcome to our latest Kickstarter to bring a new, exciting Stalker adventure, Enter Blue Star. The book is complete and ready to go to printers, except for knowing who of you need to be credited as backers in the book. In our latest issue, a young stranger arrives in the city, endowed with great power and hunted by powerful forces. Taking a break from her day job, Stalker is drawn into the mystery. But is the girl a friend or a foe? Primary illustration is by returning artist Fabio Silva. Colors are by a new member of the Gateway Comics team, the talented Bea Navarro. Bea joins us from Rio de Janeiro. She was brought on board at short notice and really saved the day. I must sadly report that longtime Gateway Comics artist Blake Wilkie, who was originally commissioned for the cover and coloring duties, passed away unexpectedly after completing
Gong.
and 2 pages of colors. With those involved.
All right.
This is where you need an editor. Like, I mean, I really appreciate, him having the talking about the team and everything, but I don't think you necessarily need the team to be mentioned in the video, because often the team doesn't sell the book because we don't know a lot of the people.
Unless
Sell
you got
the
a
book.
pro.
Pardon?
Unless it's a pro.
Yes, I agree.
Name.
I don't know any of these people, and I feel bad 'cause of the point where he was giving a little memoriam, but I think there's a time and a place, and I don't feel like it was in this video. I don't think the comic was sold very well, and I think he could have used an editor.
Do you think people should actually get an editor for their Kickstarter videos at this point?
I think you should run it by somebody and say, would this excite you? And I think a lot of times we don't. We just make the videos and go, cool, there we are, go.
How about me and you make a business? We'll watch the videos privately. We charge them $5. We split it $2.50 each.
I'm in.
We start at 5. Everyone who's watching, you get a $5 free preview of me and Chuck ripping apart your video in private. It'll probably be a little more ugly for you because we're trying to behave, believe it or not.
We are.
Like, you might get a lot worse in a private, but for $5, you can have our 10 minutes to destroy your video or tell you did a good job.
What kind of shit is this?
Like, you will Mystery Science Theater type level of just mocking your video. And especially because we have to watch it to the end, you will hear us go, oh, is it over yet?
I gonged 12 times.
Oh my God, they're paying us to watch this? We're not getting paid enough. So if you want that type of treatment, just reach out to me or Chuck. And we'll
if you want it to be a bit nicer, you can pay me $7.50 and I'll do it by myself.
You know, I can't get mad. He's right. He might have just made a better business plan than me. Yeah, I'll pay the extra, Chuck, just not to have Rob involved. I get a kickback of that, though, still, right?
Oh, yeah, I'm getting $2.50 of that. I just make my $5. I'm good.
There we go. There we go. All right.
I'm paying you $2.50 to not talk about their book.
Are you ready to be terrified?
I don't think I'm going to be, but let's see.
All right, let's check it out. Let's see. Let's see. I want to be scared. Scare me.
It won't happen.
Show me CNN News about the coronavirus.
Welcome, my friends, to my Kickstarter vid, where you can check out all the art that I did in the month of October 2019 for my friend Ghostly Gary. He's so cute. Have you seen? I took all those paintings and I made a new book. Now I'm launching on Kickstarter. Yay! Take a look. The Eerie Enigma of Ghostly Gary is a kid-friendly version of movies so scary. It's a picture book, yes, but not just for your tykes. This book is for kids and grown-ups alike. It has horror flick references up the wazoo and a cartoony art style, because that's what I do. If you're curious how I can do all this, well, I'm self-publishing, but I still need your help to afford all the printing and shipping and such. You can help make this happen, and it won't cost you much. By backing this friendly Phantoms campaign, a bounty of prizes await to be claimed. For choosing a tier below pushes towards helping us print and you claim rewards. Please look at your options, see what tickles your fancy. I'll stay here waiting, a bit anxious and antsy. For to raise my friend Gary from his unprinted hearse, we must meet our goal by March 31st. We won't charge you a penny till we've met our goal. And if we're short just $1, we won't charge you at all. So if you think that this kind of book is for you, just click a reward and we'll see this book through. We can make this book happen. No need to be wary. Let's print the Eerie Enigma of Ghostly Gary.
I have to admit, Chuck, cosplaying as Dirk Manning could definitely scare some women right now. So that might have been a great choice.
You could see his mouth.
Oh, sorry. I must have been thinking about something else that's scary going on in indie comics right now. My bad. Did you see speaking of that, did you see Harvey Weinstein got 23 years?
I did see that, and I was very happy for that.
Okay. So what do you think of the video?
Actually, I thought it was cute as hell. I liked it. His rhymes got a little meh in the middle, but you could see where he was on. You know what? I think he sold to his audience, and it was fun.
I liked it. Couple parts where he didn't rhyme. That bothered me.
And that threw it off for me. I liked the rhyming where he did it well. Again, the book's not for me, but that's okay. He speaks very well to his audience. This is a book I'd probably consider getting for my grandkids or something. So yeah.
And you know, he as a fellow comic bookers, we're both kids authors, like in a way where I call it all readers because it's for all readers. I think this would be a cute opportunity for a family to sit down and have a conversation about this book and have some fun together.
Yeah.
All right, we have just a couple more minutes left. Did we miss something? I'm trying to see if we didn't play anything, but I think we might have gotten them all in.
I think we might have.
Dude didn't have a video. We have the Muffin Man and Sunspot. Go for it, Chuck. Sunspot's been on the program for a damn long time, too.
Let's try Sunspot. I've never seen it.
All right, 6-minute video.
Malfunction, live from Funray in Switzerland. It's been a beautiful day today. I just wanted to welcome you to my latest live stream. I record this on let's see a little bit on Facebook on my comic trade page that we do as a pop culture thing. Well, which I do as a pop culture thing for our Plunge wing, our sort of media company.
All right, obviously he just didn't get there. I know it right away. He tripped on himself at the very beginning. It looks unprofessional. It wasn't polished. He just threw up a Facebook Live.
Yeah, that's not. Yeah, it feels really lazy.
Yeah, we're just going to move on to the Muffin Man because that was disappointing. I don't want to end on that note. I'm hoping Muffin Man brings us back. All right, already better. Polished.
Hello, people. How are you? My name is Anthony Moore, and welcome to Limitless Comics official Kickstarters for Muffin Man, book number 1. Ooh, it's been a long time coming, people. This comic book has been almost 16 years in the making, a little bit more than that. And finally, I think this is the time. I have the right artist, the right team, and this is the right year, 2020, to bring this comic book to you. This is a comic book about a creature who's been living decades and decades and decades in the sewers of the historical North End in Boston, Massachusetts. Now, a little girl found her way down to the home of this mysterious creature and somehow not only befriended him, but coaches him to come topside and deal with the crime that is growing in this growing population with villains, demons, creatures, and things that go bump in the night. She believes that this creature is strong enough to deal with all of it and restore order back in their city. Ooh, I don't know. With villains such as Maggot, Millipede.
All right, I can't. I'm tapping out. Since we're in overtime and I do have to get Jack, so I'm going to tap out here. I just don't think I love his energy. I don't think he should be blocking the art with that kind of his.
I can't make out the art. Yeah, like I can't make out what's going on.
And it looks like some solid pencils back there, and maybe inks. I don't know, black and white. I dig it. I would go to see more about it, but I am running out of time, and I want to wrap the show up so I can say goodbye to Chuck before I run out and be rude. So that's it, guys. You made it to the end. We watched every video this time, and I think that's also because I think coronavirus is stopping people from launching. There have been a few people I know who said that they're nervous about launching.
I haven't heard anything about that. Wow, I would actually think that Kickstarter would do better right now because people don't want to go out, so they can buy from home.
No, think about it. End of day, people are worried about money right now.
Yeah, that's true.
People are terrified that they're going to lose their life savings at this point. So you said something about Cthulhu. I think Travis is attached to that one, isn't he?
I don't know. I thought they only had good people on there, but it's possible.
We'll see. They might have low standards. Check it out.
They feel bad for him.
All right, let me get rid of all these open things. I hate that Facebook just opens things. Something about a tweet. Oh, cool. New stickers he's got.
See. Cool.
Yeah, got some quarantine.
Past it.
Yeah. So someone's playing into it with the quarantine bundle, and I guess this is the. Did I pass it?
Yeah.
Oh, here it is. I must have just missed it. All right, so this is. Let's see how this is doing. Because I'd heard that this. Yeah, this one's even a little slower. Russell No T usually funds a lot quicker. Someone had mentioned on the show, but since Chuck had mentioned it, do you want to see the video real quick?
Okay.
Now, I stress this. We have not been asked to cover this. Even Travis hasn't asked me to cover this yet. We're only bringing it up because Chuck is here, but they did get a project we love, so that's cool. So here's, I guess.
Hi, I'm Russell Nolte, editor of the Cthulhu is Hard to Spell anthology series, and I'm here to tell you about our second volume, Cthulhu is Hard to Spell, The Terrible Twos. Cthulhu is Hard to Spell, The Terrible Twos is a 160-page love letter to Lovecraft. We filled the second volume with 38 more stories from over 70 creators, jamming out about the gods and monsters of the Lovecraft universe. Yes, there's plenty of psychological horror, but there's also funny stories, cute stories, whimsical stories, and a whole lot more. But they feature the gods and monsters themselves. These are creators who've worked for companies like Marvel, DC, Image, and more. And
see, right there, I have to be honest. I hate when creators do that. They flaunt where creators have worked. I just don't know. That's just a personal thing. That always, right there, emotionally, I'm like, okay, now you're just throwing something in my face instead of talking to me about the story.
I disagree, but I see where you're coming from.
Okay.
brands like My Little Pony, Invader Zim, Avatar, and a whole lot more. This is the best anthology I've ever put together, and I cannot wait to share it with you in beautiful hardcover. So we're here on Kickstarter to bring this project to life. I've already done most of the work. The book is done. It's sitting on my hard drive, ready to send to the printers. All I'm looking for is the money to get it into your hands. And I want to get it into your hands in the absolute most beautiful way possible. I want to do hardcover with ribbons and end sheets and UV spot. We really want to make this a beautiful experience to match the first volume. So, if you love Lovecraft, if you want to see some new takes on old favorites, if you want to see some remixes, if you want to get some good old-fashioned Lovecraft horror, then I highly recommend you check out these pages. You're going to get stories from Paul Jenkins and Christian Gossett and Ray Anthony Height.
All right, I'm going to have to stop it there just because I do have to get to Jax. Quick end thoughts on that one before we go?
For me, it was good. He was passionate. He gave us all the information. He didn't tell me more than I needed to know. I was good with this one.
All right. So on that, we're going to end the program. Thank you all for tuning in. We took it to as much as we could. We got as much done as we can. We thank Chuck. Chuck, how can they follow? Oh, sorry, Chuck. I kicked you out for a sec. How can they follow you?
You can follow me, Chuck Pino, P-I-N-E-A-U, on Facebook. You can find me on Twitter at Chucky Pin. And, of course, you can find me on YouTube, Chuck's Rob Reviews. Bam.
We're going to thank everyone for hanging out with us today on the program. This, of course, is brought to you by the Indie Advocates Network. And this has been Kickstarter Pause with Chuck and me, the Indie Advocate and the Underground Devil. You can follow me by going to MrAnderson.com.